As we want to discuss the issue that has been the talk of town pertaining to Uskosana, and there's been the issue of Ntethe. You have heard a lot of opinions have been raised, and you've been one of those people that has aired his views. Maybe let's start by you sharing your thoughts about his music and this issue that has been the talk at the moment.
Listen here, Uskosana, if you remember very well, when Mandela discovered him, I'm one of the people who have been very supportive. I support our own people. I support the less privileged people. Even Mandela will tell you, that's why even now he has been speaking to me. He said the people are actually getting it all completely wrong. You can't get an audio from a group and then share that audio. It loses its context. First of all, ask what was discussed there before basing your argument, before insulting and calling me all sorts of names and all that, just because there's an audio. Any clever or intelligent human being will have asked what was being discussed here, because the audio actually is talking to someone. So what was being discussed there? Because someone in a group of 15 took that and put it to the third parties. These third parties are busy sharing it just to insult because they had an audio. For instance, you can be talking to your wife or your sister there in their house, and someone who was recording and sent that and said, oh, Musa is very angry, was shouting at the wife, but not knowing what he was answering to discover that EZRA actually was for Skosana. You understand? When I said what I said, it was because I said before a long time ago, a person like Skosana won't have been given airplay, right? Not that his music is bad, but the type of music he's singing. You get me? The type of music he is singing, before a long time ago, he wouldn't have been given airtime or a play or a chance, a platform to showcase what he's showcasing. Thanks to social media. This is what I must say. So people took it out of context and say, Uskosana, I interviewed Uskosana. I've spoken to Mandela, the producers. I always encourage Uskosana. Even if Mandela tells you, Mandela always say, I will call me EZRA encourage Uskosana. Uskosana has to have his own style. This is me what I'll say. His own style. But you can't say, where the argument to say, you can't say that representing the very music. It is wrong to say it representing the very music. It is own type of music. It doesn't represent the very music. It represents who Skosana is. So that was all the argument all about.
What's your position about music, Skosana, which you're saying was taken out of context?
The music, Skosana, it has got its own fans, it's got its own people. Even now, you take an opportunity, use that and record whatever. The music, very, very different music. You've seen on what TikTok, it's because they are targeting certain type. Uskosana is the person who is identified as got his own fans. UK, Zimbabwe, everywhere. Fans. Music go to allow my fans. But what I said was taken out of context, but because people don't know, there's no need for me to go into explaining every Jack and Jill. People are abusing unregulated social media to abuse others by just basing the argument on an audio which didn't belong to them, which was neither targeted to Skosana or EZRA, but because an audio, which a piece of audio, which is being doctored by the haters, so that those people who feast on people like us. But I'm not moved at all, this abuse, I'm used to it. You see, that's why, because, do you know why? Once you're popular as you are, they are bound to attack you. Most of it is driven by jealous and hate. How many people have commented about Skosana everywhere, saying a lot of negative stuff, more than what I've said? There are loads of them. How many people have attacked Umadlena's Koboko for performing at ZANU-PF events or state functions? Loads of them. But now, because this one, they want to feast on me, just because where I am, that is not moving me. And I'm not going to change my opinions about anyone. Politically, religiously, socially, whatever I say is coming from me. I don't represent anybody. It is me. Why am I not allowed to share my opinions? Why should I be silenced every time when I say things? People take them out of context and start attacking me. Who am I? What position do I hold in politics? What position do I hold in sports? What position do I hold in music? I'm just a human being. Because of popularity, then people tend to face. They enjoy to Jake. Some of them would Some of them actually go there just to say, let me insult him, because that's the only way I can get him. But to ask them, what did I do wrong for them? Zimbabwe, at home here, people are struggling. As I'm walking along the streets here, people didn't eat anything. Nobody stands up for them and say, let me talk about issues affecting the community. But they see a small thing like that, which doesn't bring bread and butter to the suffering masses, as a major thing to talk about. If you ask them, then they start complaining. I want to the Shonas have taken over from Bulawayo. But what were you doing yourself? You're busy attacking EZRA instead of saying, let me focus on the bigger picture and help my community to change. If you ask again about, I was talking to Mandela last night, if you ask how many people have downloaded and bought that track, very few of them. No, most of them never even bought it. They're saying Ntethe, but they're not supporting Skosana. You support an artist by buying their music. That's what I'm talking about. But unless our people from our region learn to be wise enough, they'll always play second fiddle to the people in Harare and elsewhere. Because the people from Mashonaland, they've got no time for this. Petty things like this, really petty. You make it trendy. A petty thing like this, and then they're saying, we have to govern ourselves, we have to take over our region and be powerful. How can you be powerful when you're going to run around with a petty thing and shout and scream on top of your voices, shout, insult everywhere and go all over? You're not going to go anyway. So I'm saying, let these people take over, take over Materland. Because Materland people are actually chasing petty things. Yet people are taking over. Businesses, you name them, companies, anything you talk about. People from Harare and elsewhere, they've taken over because they are seeing an opportunity where we are lacking. They know we're petty people.
What do you think is the way forward? How do we have people coming back together? Because at the end of the day, we still want people to work together and promote our local artists and promote our local things.
We're a competition amongst ourselves. I'm better than Smumuzi. Smumuzi is better than me. You so and so. Everyone thinks that he knows better. Once they see you as what you are doing, someone will say, what is he trying to do, Smumuzi? That's how we are. That, I think people have accepted that. You know, that is a normal way of doing things in Matabeleland. I'll tell you one thing. I'm a promoter when I'm in UK. And you ask why I was bringing the Harare people. It's because they were very supportive of their artists. Because I was a business person. I needed to earn a living. I needed to make my money. When I transport someone, get a visa, pay the artist, accommodate, fly that artist, they make a work permit. I can't just bring someone. I'll give you an example. We did Oliver Mtukudzi and Soul Brothers. The show was practically sold out. Then the people complained, why are you mixing Ramashona? Why do these two Soul Brothers on their own? We did Soul Brothers. From 3,000 with Mtukudzi, 300 came, and the 200 were from Mashonaland, and less than 100 people from Matabeleland. 200 from Mashonaland. I tell you one thing, let me challenge them before I go. Can we do an event for Skosana and see how many people attended the last city? If we get it 20, as Smumuzi, come back to me here. Let them do their shows. Why is Mandela's Kobo not doing shows in Bulawayo? Why is Jazz not doing sold-out shows in Bulawayo? Why all our local artists not doing shows in the city here? They know nobody will come.
Maybe the issue is that their genre is, like you were indicating, is targeted to specific areas. I once had an interview with Mandela where he was indicating that you go to Ngai, you go to Wange, you go to Baitbridge, they will sell out their shows, but urban artists cannot sell out shows. So it's about an area.
Thank you very much. Now you're coming back to what exactly I said. I said Skosana has got his own people who can feel Onkai, can feel all those areas. But when it comes here, that music cannot say that representing the whole region. There are places, there's Rumba music, which is loved in Cholocho, in Plumtree, in Kai, and all that. But you can't say this is the whole represent Matabele. That's what exactly I was saying. Thank you for highlighting that. Now look at the artists in Bulawayo in the cities themselves. They can't, nobody even supports them. They're struggling. Who are doing shows in Bulawayo? The artists from Harare, Japreza, Winky, they're sold out here in Bulawayo. But the same fans who are attacking us, they don't even attend, let alone buy their, okay, let's say they're in UK. Why not buy a sister or a mzukulu, an auntie to go and watch Sikel performing, to go and watch Sandra performing, to go and watch there. Since they're in UK, if you want to support your own, say we'll buy tickets for the relatives, like they're doing when they're sending money. You take $20 and say, no, I want to buy my 3 sisters to go and watch a show, and then we were sold out. But there's all these local artists here in Bulawayo who can make a show himself. Nobody. But one thing, they always be duped by social media. And then they believe that they are recording quality, they are the best. Yet the same people will be criticizing. Let's check now all of those in the diaspora, what music they have at home. They have music which we played, some of us long time ago, old school. They have music from South Africa which they download. And nobody, all people outside there, they've got to Jerusalem a track. But ask them, do they have a track? Do they have Usikel track? No. Do they have Mandela track? No. Not even Majaivana. They share the music. And again, let me take this opportunity to say something. I've heard some people, misinformed, misguided people, saying EZRA never promoted music of Zimbabwe, of Matabele. Let me tell you one thing. As young as you are as Pangumuzi, you won't be knowing about Love Machaiva. You'll be knowing about Solomon Skuza, Ilanga, Logozen, Obusi Ngube, and all those. Those are the people who were promoted by some of us. Bear in mind, in the 90s, there were not even 7 artists from Matabele. But let me tell you, up to today, I'm proud that they are still known. They are being danced at Ema Klapini, they are being danced to True Love, they are being danced to Majaivana, they are being danced at my weddings and everywhere. Who made that music popular? Check the music after 2000. Tell me one track which is dominating, which was recorded when we left the radio station. Which music is dominating? So this thing of saying, now they didn't promote music of Matabele, you can actually say it's laughable. Those people don't know me. They never knew me. I was promoting all the new music, locally and outside in South Africa, because I had respecting artists. Artists were hunting for me just because of my popularity. Everyone wanted to be associated with me.
I'm sure that people out there will also make their own deductions. And remember that just subscribe. You're also free to add your comments on the comment section. We want to hear from you as well. But we're glad that we had Tshisa telling us his views. Thank you so much, Tshisa, for your time.
Thank you very much. We need to support this. This is our local boy. Let's love and like the page. Let's keep sharing and promote one of our own, and they don't take things out of context. I say to Uyabulala is good, is excellent. So don't twist when I'm saying something else.